Welcome back to the WHHI News. Homeowners associations. Some people have some problems dealing with them, and guess what? There is a vehicle for them to lodge those complaints. Joining me now to talk about that is Scott Cooke. He's the communications director with the South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs. Scott, what kind of complaints do you hear from people when it comes to homeowner associations?
Yeah, we get all kinds of stuff that comes into our office from folks dealing with homeowners associations. Generally, from year to year, kind of the big ones are those things where they feel like their HOA may not be kind of properly enforcing those rules and bylaws that they have. So they may not be, going and getting people to not park on their lawn or having people with fences that are too high, those types of things. So they come to us saying that those HOAs may not be kind of enforcing all their rules. Kind of one of the other big issues we see from year to year, those things with repairs and maintenance, especially if they're like condos, things like that, and they want that HOA to go in and kind of repair some of those common buildings or maybe paint them, those types of things. And a lot of times, one of the big ones is just people disagree with any fines or fees that they have kind of levied against them with the HOA. So they might be coming to us and say that they really don't think those things are fair and they want a kind of explanation of why they're being charged something.
Okay, here's my question. If I have a complaint and I want to contact Consumer Affairs, do I do it via email? Do I do it via a form online, via letter, a phone call? How does it work?
Yeah, you've got to go to our website, consumer.sc.gov, and we do have a form on there to fill a complaint. You can go to that on our website, start that process. It is very important, though, there's an additional form that we're required by law with HOA complaints. The State House lawmakers want us to have this specific form that kind of asks a lot of additional questions. So that HOA supplemental questionnaire, that form is very important with this. We can't move forward with those complaints and with that mediation process with those until we get all the form kind of submitted through that. So we always have to kind of reach back out to folks when they don't give that to us. So if you can do that on the front end, that is spectacular for us and helps get that process moving for us.
Okay, so say I have filled out the two forms I should fill out. You've taken a look, or whoever there in Consumer Affairs has taken a look. Where does it go from there?
It is a voluntary mediation process that we do with HOAs. Under state law, we do not have regulatory authority and we're not able to require HOAs to take specific actions. So we do reach out, on the consumer's behalf and say, this is the issue. Is there something under the HOA bylaws or something that, why this has happened? A lot of times just having somebody else kind of reach out on your behalf and kind of outline those simple facts of what's happened, what you would like to see happen. Sometimes that's kind of helpful, just having that. And again, any of that information that we get into our office through those complaints, those are compiled into a yearly report that we're required to do. We'll be putting that out on Friday evening, we hope, have it on our website. But we do that yearly report too, and it gives lawmakers and the governor's office a little bit of information about kind of what's going on with HOAs across the state, what types of issues people have, and if those HOAs are also kind of meeting those expectations and, resolving those issues with consumers as well.
Well, that is great. I mean, so it's public information, and also I would assume that you or people that are interested in the matter can see if there are any trends with certain HOAs or what are the major issues. Maybe there should be some legislation developed in connection with some of the so-called complaints. Your reporting, you said, is coming out Friday, and do you just list, hey, this is complaint A, B, and C, and does the report show whether the issue's been resolved or not?
Yeah, it should show, if the HOA has kind of followed through with that, if they've resolved the issue, if they've responded, those types of things. The great thing for a consumer is it is in an Excel spreadsheet, so you can go in on that Excel sheet and it's searchable, so you can look at your county, but you can also look to see if things are going on with your HOA, or maybe you're considering buying a home and they're in an HOA and you want to know kind of what's happening with that. You can go in and kind of look at the issues that might be happening with a specific HOA.
I mean, that is great information. And also, I would assume for realtors, too, who are involved in selling properties that have an HOA, for them to be armed with that information before they even bring a potential buyer in would be really helpful as well.
Absolutely. And we have a lot of information, too, on HOAs on our website. We have a little HOA education site where folks can go in and kind of look at different things with the law. Kind of the big thing for folks to know is just kind of understand your rules, your bylaws, those types of things in your documents. Just make sure you understand that process of what the rules are and what may happen if, you know, there is a fine or a violation of those things, and how you might be able to even go through the HOA to, you know, try to challenge those or kind of explain yourself and see what their kind of process for handling those are.
Well, Scott Cooke, we're already out of time with the South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs. Thanks so much for the good information.
No problem. Thank you.
And thank you for watching this edition of the WHHI News. I'm Allie McNair. We'll see you the next time.